So we will start our journey. Let me check this one. Tile, auto, spotlight, no, tiles. Sidebar, oh, tiles is okay. So, I have to manage the recording also. Namah Shri Shankarananda. Salutation, namaskar to the teacher or the knowledge. Both, it means both. Salutation, why? So that the intellect moves to the state of humility to learn. Otherwise, the mind says, oh, I know, I have understood it, but there is no result. Guru Padam Janmani. Master is stressing to the lotus feet of the Guru. So, feet symbolically means that let this ego be completely erased. We have a lot of, I have achieved a lot of things in the material world, but we are talking of self-knowledge. So we remind ourselves that the mind should not enter into that state of ignorance, savilas, mahamoha, the great delusion with all its manifestations. What is the delusion? Are you in anxiety, duality, conflict, stress, reaction, anger, laziness, craziness? That is the first group of delusion. Second group of delusion to claim that I am a waker, sleeper, and dreamer. And there is a series of delusions. So, grahya graseka karmani. The role of a teacher or the Eastern wisdom is to get rid of, to completely remove this delusion. Open your eyes. We will revise today so that we can go a little deeper into the journey. We have already understood in the last, I picked up one aspect of the body is like a grocery store. And if the body is a grocery store, then we leave the detachment from the body. We drop the attachment from the body, not detachment. So I'm just summarizing so that until 17 or 18 verses we will complete, and so that we can move deeper into the subtle formation of the subtle body, formation of the physical body. Why we are doing it? To just have a self-knowledge and self-discovery. Three factors are important. Never forget, I don't know, let me know it. I don't know, let me know it. That is listening and learning. I don't understand, let me understand it. What to understand? What is the real nature? You have been talking about the real self and false I. So I do not understand, so let me understand it. Third part, I do not experience, so let me practice and experience it. So fundamentally, these are the three factors in this verse. This text is at a very higher level. So, but we thought that we should learn it, we will have a clear understanding. So now see that I don't know, let me know, let me know. Let me know what? Real self. From where? From the text of Eastern wisdom, not from the text of physics or chemistry. Oh, let me take care of my anxiety first and then I will attend. No, you have to attend. You have to continue the session without. So there is another term is used, Shruti, S-Y-A. Shruti means that there are fundamentals, like fundamentals of physics or chemistry or biology in the relative science. So Shruti is what we listen and learn. Then, because I don't understand, so we apply yukti, we apply reasoning to understand how we are real self and why and how we are not the body, mind, intellect, ego. We know by sure that all the waves are water, and we are the small waves all around 8 or 9 billion human beings. Can I perceive directly? That is my direct experience. So three facets are there. Shravanam, I don't know. Let me know it. But how do you know? You consistent listening until all the facets have been explained beautifully by different masters. So because I don't know my true self, hence listening and learning, and this is associated with the teachings of the text. What is the purpose? To just become aware of the highest truths. What is what to become aware? Because I'm not the body and the mind. I'm not the body and the mind. I'm the pure, eternal nature of permanent peace, happiness, truth, and wisdom. You see that you pay attention, listening and learning, understanding and experiencing, all have to be clearly integrate with one another. I experience the water in the mirror. So third level, experience is there, but its cause is not there. So we have to reason out. So here we are very clear. We have to we have to contemplate and reflect. We put the reason so that the doubts in the intellect and the mind removes completely. Second part, that is the second part. I do not understand. Let me understand it. Let me understand it. By reasoning, by cause and effect relationship, logic, inquiry, reasoning, so that there is an understanding. The intellect does not raise the doubt. Today we wake up in the morning and I'm totally upset, my mind says. So it means I did not contemplate. I heard it. I am the real self. Sometimes our mind says, hell with the real self. First, let me take care of my anxiety. That causes a lot of challenges in our life because the intellect raises a lot of doubt. The third part is the practice and the experience. Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasam. That is the journey at a higher level of the seeking uh, continues. What makes this teaching methodology unique? That is the beauty of this master. He covered the teachings of more than 300 texts. And his presentation is unique in a sense that he doesn't talk about the God or the soul. He says, just pick up directly. Understand the very first chapter, which contains about 65, 66 verses. We have covered something about 18 and 19 verses. So why, you have to ask yourself, how does this address modern spiritual seekers? We are just talking clearly, logically, rationally. We want to understand. And what is the ultimate goal is to bring an end to the suffering and awaken to my real nature. That is the goal. That is the goal. So I will put couple of metaphors in a different way to summarize. He presents in a very structured and organized manner. So you will be able to remind. So just think of the three states of the mind: waking, dream, and the sleep. So in the first 10 verses, he proves that there is something different than the waking, dream, and the sleep. I believe you all have television sets in your house. One day you watch a romantic movie and your heart flutters. Second day you watch a horror movie that triggers fear, but you enjoy. Third day you watch wildlife documentary. Why you are talking about documentary and television? Hold on. The movie, and then we watch, very famous movie, Titanic. And then we also watch some movie of the spirituality. Then ask the TV, sir, what effects did all these movies have on you? What effect? What is the impact of the horror movie, the romantic movie, and the wildlife documentary and Titanic? Oh, Titanic is very famous. The TV doesn't become wet. TV doesn't get scared. TV doesn't approach to you that come on, have a romance with me. So that is the main message. What is the there is something in it. It is not impacted not only by the waking dream and the sleep states, but it is also not impacted by, even if you say, oh yeah, those romantic days are gone. Yeah, they have to go because that is not permanent. Are you getting it? By the metaphor of the TV. I did not become, scared. I was watching the horror movie. Very good. But there are some moments of your fear. I did not feel cold, wet, or broken when I was watching the Titanic movie. I did not become religious or spiritual. These different events are taking place in our daily life. Daily life. One day we got married. Second day we got divorced. Before that, we have a soulmate. So what is constantly changing is not me. I need to discern, I need to live into that state. Now I have a gray hair, but yes, that real I am the real self. That does not change. Like the TV screen. Oh, I may have a gray hair, then what? Oh, so are you still young? No, young. I was young, and the young was also a phase that has passed. I'm coming to that using another metaphor. I I'm aware of the drama unfolding every day. One day I have an anxiety, second day I have a pleasure, the third day I have some problem, the fourth day, and that is how the entire life. But we claim that passing phases are our life. These events outside is our life, is causing the problem, is causing the stress and suffering because I am seeking a situational happiness. I'm avoiding the situational pain in my life. So now compare that unchanging TV screen, the real self within me remains untouched, untouched by untouched by my physical birth from my mom. Birth took place, went on. Then I became the child. The child is already gone. Youth is already gone. Now, respectfully, we say senior, but after 40, it is old age. So they are, where there is a change, I am not. Where there is a change, waking, dreaming in the sleep, alternate every. How many times you slept until today? David, maybe 10,000 times. So we have maybe 10,000 or 20,000 times we had a moment of waking, dreaming, and sleep. But there is one thing constant. I am was the constant. When I was a child, I am was there. When I was born, I am is there. When I met Terry for the first time in New York, where I went there for a workshop, now there is a lot of difference. What is that reality? What is that reality? Eastern wisdom, that is why I say, is a study of yourself, true self. I am unchanging screen. You have to keep in your mind, my friends, otherwise it will not work. I am the unchanging screen, not the changing movies. I gave you one example. And the drama in the movies. Every day there is a movie in life. One day you have nature creates a plot of anxiety, nature creates a plot of pleasure. You meet someone, then there is another moments of pleasure, or I am the witness of all the states. Waking, dreaming, and sleep, thoughts, emotions, and memories. Not only waking, dream, and sleep, but thought, emotions, memories all appear in me. But I am none of them. All appear in me, but I am not none of them. You have to become aware. The moment you have an anxiety, thank you, mind. Today's plot is full of anxiety. Then see what happens. Just say to yourself, I just want to know what happens and share your experience. No, sir, I have lot of problem. That is why I did not attend the session. That is still a craziness. Sit quietly just for a few minutes. Who is watching this life? Pure logically, we are not talking of God and goddess or spirituality, but we will enter into the spirituality. Have you seen the structure of these 20 verses, the way the Master has taught us? Who is watching this live? Who is watching? I have a lot of stress and anxiety. Oh, thank you. Thank you, existence. Today plot was not very good. But then you meet a friend and, oh, I will go for a dinner. Okay, you went for a dinner. But if it is opposite sex that happened, that I told you the story. So this millionaire, not millionaire, he is still, millionaire. He went there, he sat on they were dining together, and this guy was thinking of this girl. One plot, he came out, he was disturbed. She did not send me the message. I said, you give me the message, I will send you back. Exact same message. And then he realized oh, did you say perception plus attraction? Yes. That causes attachment? Yes. That you kept on thinking? Yes. TV screen doesn't think of it. Titanic movie, the TV screen doesn't become wet. Romantic movie, it is not impacted. Horror movies, it is not scared. Compare that. That is the drama unfolding every day. One day you will hear your guy is gone. That is also a part of the movie. Who is watching this? Life. And I see that my mind is a screen of thoughts and events. What remains when all thoughts dissolve? That silent witness. That silent witness. That is the way this master has been explaining these 18 or 19 verses. Real self is beyond the birth, childhood, adolescence, adulthood, middle age, old age, and the death. That real self is present constantly, like the TV screen. Does not affect. We have many events in our life: pain, pleasure, relationship, then broken relationship. Move ahead, move forward. No, I cannot move forward. So then that is why you are suffering. But can you figure out where I'm going? What I'm relating to. What I said, real self is beyond the birth, childhood, adolescence, adulthood, middle age, old age, and the death. Huh? We try to hide something. Eastern wisdom doesn't hide anything. But what you said, I don't understand. I'm talking about. When the body, physical body begins, then the childbirth takes place. Infant, child, teen, adult, old age, but something in me is constant. Something in me. The moment I listened, I understood that I have to use the subjective word that is I am. That I am still continues. My body has changed, my mind has changed, my life has changed. Many events. I was crying once, a baby crying for a milk. I became a child who played with the toys. In adolescence, I craved for independence. It happens, rebellion. As an adult, I built a career, faced stress, and pursued pleasures. In old age, the body slows down, the hairs turns gray. I am. Nothing happens to the I am. Nothing happens to this I am. Nothing happens to the TV screen. That is why I gave you that example. Then who is this unchanging I that watches all these changes? Watches all these changes. So that subject has been taken up by this master by explaining the three states. We are beyond the three states. But I'm taking his teaching further. A moment of stress at work, and I'm aware. Oh, there is another plot. The nature is playing. Let it play. A burst of joy during celebration. Last time I told you that possibly, yeah, we all had a moments of extreme pleasure. Can you retrieve it? You had a moment of extreme pain. Everyone is cheated. Everyone exploited directly or indirectly. Do you still carry that impression? Yeah, you carry that impression. But can you retrieve the same experience? No. A heartbreak or a deep loss, a sense of peace during meditation. These are passing phases. Each passed. but I remain the same. Emotions are like the clouds, the sky remains untouched. We are searching that real self in this journey. Question is why I am affected if I am changeless self. If I'm unchanging real self, why I am affected? Real self is always free. That is what we are trying to understand in the following teaching. What happens? This physical body is born, and we claim I am born. Okay, just pay attention. Be very, very attentive. When I say Ashok is present in the session, it means I came before the Ashok to be present in the session, right? Ashok has left the session, so I should continue to be present to know that Ashok has left the session. Very subtle, but very interesting. I'm just throwing this thought to you to contemplate. Now compare it with I am born. It means I was before I was born physically. Are you getting it? This master blows our intellect. If I'm not there, how can I say I am born? When I say I was adult, it means before that, before before I became adult. Did you understand what I'm saying? I am before. That is why I gave an example. That I came before, then I saw Ashok came, Ashok left. I continue to be present same way. That I is different than this body and the mind. We are searching that I. He puts the logic which is unparalleled. You cannot, from body to awareness, from mind to awareness, from all the events to the awareness, and ultimately you change. You find the real self. Now you say that, oh, I had a big responsibility and I had a lot of stress. Don't tell us the story. It may be a romantic movie, it may be a Titanic movie, it may be a horror movie. We are not movie. That needs to be understood. Then you will be able to laugh even in stress. You'll be able to smile in extreme suffering. Let us take another, that is another way to understand. I'm just summarizing the first 17, 18 verses, and then we will continue journey. But today's session is very important. My computer, what you are doing? Calm down. So now you see that there is a pot, clay pot, clay pot. You'll be surprised our this Eastern wisdom, I would say more than 8,000 years ago, this master created a principles. Another master, what we are studying the text is, so he picks up the same principle. We don't worry about plagiarism. We say, oh, this is the same principle. We have to use it to explain. There are 6 modifications of a clay pot. Modifications means change. And that is a very beautiful principle. First, understand this principle. A pot exists. I am born on 29th of December. Before that, I know when you were born, actually in the womb of the mother, I don't know. So you existed in the womb of the mother? Yes. That is the first modification. Clear? Second modification is born. First is womb of the mother, that you existed physically. Then you were born. Second, after birth, what happens? We grow. We grow vertically. At a certain age, our system grows. After that, it starts changing. Now it starts going down. Huh? It changes. It reaches to the maturity, you can say. Fourth one. The fifth one, it decays. The modern science says that the catabolic processes begins. You cannot stop aging. You can delay aging process. So after the aging process, there is no further change, only the death of the body. These are the 6 modifications. So I was contemplating yesterday in the night that, okay, how to relate it with different generations. How to relate it to the different generations. So the modern interpretation of different generation is full of, you put the butter on the bread. So yeah, continue to enjoy, silent generation, baby boomers, the name seems to be pretty good. But they indicate these 6 modifications. We don't want to be aware of it. We are avoiding it. Birth of identity, growth, maturity, change, decline, gone. We were in some store yesterday. So there was I don't know, I forget, Mitesh took me there. So it was a going, gone. Going, gone. Did you understand with reference to whatever the change is? Going, gone. All the 6 generations comes under that. And that is what the master says: birth, growth, maturity, change, decline, dissolution, or the death. What modern interpretation lacks is that we identify each generation with some kind of an ego, identification with the body and the mind and the achievement outside. We don't see the real truth. Millennials stressed about failing at traditional milestones. Gen Z anxious about the climate change and economic prospects. Boomers defensive about being blamed for societal problems. A lot of things, other problems. Gen X feeling forgotten and overloaded. But we don't see, come on, this is horror movie, romantic movie, Titanic, and Discovery Channel. Nothing happens to that. We have to maintain that awareness. I'm a struggling millennial identification. I'm observing the experience of being in this generational. So instead of boomers ruined everything, generational warfare, we have lot of challenges because we give a label and we don't see that there is a continuous change. We have to play our role and we to recognize that. So you see, understand, you have to contemplate and reflect. Asti, Sanskrit word, asti means existence. Jayate, jayate means now the initial development. The physical body is born. Vardhate, vardhate means now growing, child grows. So because we have a great energy to grow, it came from the existence. We don't care anything until we are adolescents. And then once we reach to a peak development of the growth, which includes adolescence and adult, and which also includes your Gen Z, then the changes, modification starts, the transformation phase. Huh? You already see on my face. And then apakshiyate, the declining phase, and the end. Can you tell any human being which has not passed through these 6 phases until today? I don't know about the future. Elon Musk can do something. Let us see, believe it. You belong to generation alpha, existence to growth. Then you have a future trajectory, like the director who wants to produce a film, choosing a particular actor and actresses, give a role, directs, and the movie is played. You enter into Generation G. Now remember your life. Remember your life, Generation G. Vardhati. Vardhati means growth. Growth have positive growth. You have tremendous energy. You have an early sense. But maturity to change. Huh? We are Generation G, born into a digital age. 9/11. Remember, don't forget it. Raised on a smartphone, social media, YouTube. So I'm going too far from my real self. That is the reason we have a lot of anxiety and problems. Under the 6 categories, you have to put a couple of Generation Y, millennials. Millennials means from 1981 to 1996. Nobody is there. No. Everybody belongs to that generation, isn't it? Ashok looks here much younger. Yeah. Anyhow, so the Generation Y, the millennials. So look at this. What happens? They are undergoing a tremendous change. Analog childhood, pre-internet, early years. So there is a difference between pre-internet, post-internet. Witnessed the rise of the internet, college during the social media emergence, but they have also undergone a tremendous change. They had a lot of anxiety. Anxiety anxiety welcomes them, stress welcomes, not because of the career, because of a lot of other stuff. So as the Generation X. Generation X means 1965 to 1980. I think everybody is, why should I say everyone is older than that? Now you have to, so it's a Cold War. I was thinking of MTV generation. A lot of, different type of movies. They had a deep impact on my mind. They were also responsible for my anxiety and ignorance. We had a financial crisis in 2008, and then the baby boomers, post World War II. There's a lot of economic boom and reform, civil rights, space race, Cold War, counterculture. We started understanding, oh, I should not do this, I should do this. If you have learned the Eastern wisdom since your childhood, the life would have been much better. But remember again, these plots are being played in different generations. I am separate and different. Even if I belong to the baby boomers, yes, that is outside. I am different from that. I have to de identify myself with that. And then the last one is this. I love those who created these names, silent generation. You'll become silent one day. You see the Great Depression. They witnessed the Great Depression, post-war growth. They have seen all the six changes: Great Depression, World War II. They have seen the post-war rebuilding. They have seen the economic growth. They have seen the cultural shift of 16 and 70s and 80s. They also witnessed massive technological and social changes. And says, no, I will not send you the money by online. So she goes to the bank and she says, now transfer the money. Silent generation. Vinashyati, many members passing away, end of an era. We all are standing in a big line. When the existence calls us, we don't know. But it is not a matter of sadness. If you identify with the body, you have a problem. These are the different plots in the movies being played out in our life. You have to recognize internally. So I gave you a brief reflection on what exactly happens as we continue to change our belief, our attitude, our anxiety, our pleasure, means of the pleasure. They all change. Keep on changing. But I am, that TV screen never changes. So never believe. You have to reflect on if you are a millennial. No, I'm a frustrated millennial. No. I'm an outdated boomer. No. No, not at all. Don't identify with these generations, irrespective of your age growth. If you have to identify with your real I. And then we will talk about in our following sessions will be clear. Yes, now we will discuss about it. Who is going to take the lead?
Sir, I think if uh, if we start contemplating on the results of prayer and the what we are doing meditation, then things start becoming very clear to us. Means it is very necessary to contemplate on what we have got after this thing. Means what we are doing. If we are in prayer, what we got after if we start contemplating on that, then things start becoming very clear to us, that where we have to go, what is our journey, and what is our track. So it is very important to contemplate on the results of the daily work what we are doing. Means I think so.
Yes, yes, you're right. You're right. There are 5 different ways. So you picked up one different way. So let us see what I'm doing. Am I aware? Am I seeking happiness outside by the changes? It will come and go. Let me go inside. You have been talking, let me go inside you. My honey is sitting within deep inside me. That is causing the problem. This guy said to me, yes, Brandy, what you're thinking.
I loved the lesson today, and I kind of mixed the two of thinking about watching the screen and then also the generation. I'm Gen X, right? So the MTV thing kind of got me, and I think about like with what's going on with Gen Z and AI now, and like things just keep happening, right? That every generation has their big shift, their big thing, and it's but the real self stays the real self, right? And I liked the kind of combining the two of thinking about every day, okay, like this is what's happening outside of me, like a movie or like a generational happening even, and then things just keep going. So when we don't get caught up in that, I think we fare a whole lot better.
Don't get caught up with the specific characteristics of a particular generation. Then we start identifying with it. And then there is a problem. But it is a plot. It is a plot in a film. It may not be Titanic, or it may be someone. Yes, David, you want to.
Go ahead. Yeah, I also just love the metaphor today. Kept it really nice and simple, I think, and it took me back to it's a play and a fun, because if we look at the day as it unfolds, the plot as it unfolds, it's just that, and it's not me. I am still there before what unfolds happens, and during what's unfolding's happening, and after it unfolds. So I'll still be there.
Beautifully, yes, beautifully said. You see that when we were growing into an adult, so there was a rebellious mind in us. So you de-identify with it. Now I'm a baby boomer. So if I see in my if I see in young kids the same rebellion mind, so I smile. Wonderful, you are doing wonderful. Why should I get carried away? Oh, it is the same play. It is a part of the movie. And that I don't understand. So you have to combine these two, one side of the generation and the other is this. Yes, David, you want to say something?
Yes, I too love the metaphor. The I am not the screen will cause a lot of pondering for me over the next few days. But if you look at films, they're existent before the screen, during the screen, and after the screen. In other words, before the computer or the TV set, during and after, which is our life, which is very fascinating. So, we are the silent witness. It just gives us further perspective of we just need to be emotional about it. As far as the generational thing, I'm fortunate to have a mother who will be 101 in October. So she was born in 1924. So she has been through the Depression, the war, all of those different stages. And I think the takeaway from what we've learned from my mom is that she's just adaptable to anything. And that's one of her characters that's just wonderful. So thank you.
Adaptation is the first step. When I adapt myself, then I'm not searching something specific to my generation outside. It helps me to withdraw the mind within. Beautifully said. Yes, anyone? Dennis, you want to say something?
Yes, just to summarize what others and what you and others have said, our life is like a movie, and I have a choice to either participate or watch. If I participate, then I'm a doer. I experience pain and pleasure. I'm attached to various objects in the movie, and they all appear real to me. And if I watch the movie instead of participating, then I see that the character in the movie does something, experiences something, gets attached, identifies with a particular generation, etc. But I clearly understand at all times that I'm separate from the character, that I'm the unaffected observer.
Beautifully said. One thought just passed into my mind that I always do it, but I did not include in this. The moment my mind says, oh, let us switch on the television, I say waking state. It is a waking state. In the sleep state, nothing happens, no plot, no movie when the TV is off. So then I check, is TV off here? That becomes the state of meditation. I'm creating another metaphor. Can you see? Yes, Terry, what you have to say? No, that it's okay. Yeah, no. So
Sir,
look, yeah, yes, sir. Ashok,
sir, sir, namaste.
namaste.
Sir, we are very much involved in the, uh, we can say acting. I am very much involved in acting, uh, like with honey, with everything in the life. I mean, very much acting, very much involved in that, and forget my real self. I mean, you have told us ki, like TV screen, real self is as like that, like TV screen. But I have to maintain that the distance between the TV screen and the movie. But in the
What
practical life, I mean, I have to create a
what is the distance between a movie being played out on the television? What is the distance? While watching the movie, you are still aware of the TV screen. Watching the waves, you are still aware of the water or an ocean. We don't need to be a doer and the enjoyer. The doer and the enjoyer is subjected to change. When I'm a doer, I'm an enjoyer. These are the different phases of our life. TV screen, does the TV screen do anything? No. Who does it? Actor and actresses in a romantic movie or a horror movie or a Titanic movie. So when I identify myself, pay attention. This master is going to teach us. When I identify myself as the doer and the enjoyer, why I'm a doer? To enjoy something. Why I want to do something? I have a desire to do something. Why I have a desire to do something? To seek pleasure outside in the world. Why I'm seeking pleasure outside in the world? I'm going deeper. Yes, okay, let us go. So why I'm doing it? Because I have a desire. Why? What is this desire? Desire to seek happiness. So my mind in ignorance experiences, feels the happiness is outside. But why it feels happiness is outside? Child, I was happy. I could not gather that moment of that quantity of happiness. Same thing happened with adolescents and adults and then millennials and then Gen X and then uh, baby boomers and the side. I have been searching. I have been searching the happiness outside. That is why I am a doer. Why I am a doer? To enjoy. This guy, this is his third event with a third girl. He went for a dining and his mind is constantly thinking about it. Why shouldn't I be attracted to the girl? I said, who? I'm not saying don't be attracted. Get attracted. But then I have a problem. I said, why you have a problem? Did you invite her for a dining? Yes. Did you focus on the dining? No. That is the problem. So you want to be a doer. But last question, last thing to understand is very important. Why? Because I feel that is the biggest problem of ignorance. I experience that this world outside of events, of people, of relations, of getting married or getting divorced or having a soulmate, my mind, due to the ignorance, finds there is a sense of completeness in the external world, and that is why I continue to play these. I don't play with it. I become the doer. So when I become the doer, so I have to suffer the stress. That is what this young guy told me, that I should not be. Are you telling me that I should not be attracted to the girls? I said, now you see what is the attachment part, what is the sense of incompleteness part. You have to contemplate and reflect again and again. So I asked him, then he said, you have answers of all the questions. I said, I don't have an answer. Eastern wisdom has an answer to all the questions. I'm very clear. I don't own. I said, oh, so this girl, maybe I think 25, 26 years old. So anyhow, so I said, out of how many girls of this age group are attractive, beautiful, and charming? Millions. I said, why did you not chase those millions? Why you chase only one? So here comes the problem of attachment, attraction. My mind says you are attractive, and my mind now becomes self-limited. It limits it. It says, no, only you are cute, only you are beautiful. And mind keeps on repeating. I leave everything. In modern psychology, it is known as exclusive concentration. But this exclusive concentration, we say it is your attachment. It is your wrong perception. Because you are focused on one aspect. Intellect, let the intellect also think how many girls are beautiful or how many girls are crazy. Sorry to say, both way it works. So when I say my doership drops, then my mind is not overwhelmed to seek the pleasure outside. So the basic problem, always whenever you have an anxiety, duality, and a conflict, ask yourself, am I searching the completeness and the wholeness and the permanent happiness outside in the world? If I'm searching there, so I feel the sense of incompleteness. See, because I'm searching completeness outside, so I feel the sense of incompleteness. So what happens in the sense of incompleteness? Tell me. Anxiety, duality, conflict, stress. And then you forget. Let me try again. This is his third event. So I said, continue. Continue. It's a fact. It's a reality. I don't want to name him. Jerry knows him. So this is what That is what constant, where there is a change, it does not have the right cause behind it. Hence, I have to drop it. But there is one I am that continues throughout the movie of this life. Every movie, every person's movie, leaving aside the degree and the intensity, have some moments of pleasure, it's a play, different plots. The existence has created, existence as a producer. I have to learn from it to discover that sense of completeness. That is the beauty, it brings about a change in your thinking pattern, and you remain relaxed and calm all the time. It is changing. Okay. Mind, okay. Mr. Mind, you are playing with your anxiety. Very good. Thank you. Oh, you are rushing after the pleasure. So I said, if you had, at the moment of eating the food, if you had these thoughts, he realized it. He said that every seeking of the pleasure has an element of attachment and identification that is causing the problem. In the morning, he sent an email. He said, so true. I simply wrote, so true. That is what the meditation is. That is what the yantra is. That is what the mindfulness is. That is what the mantra is. Shogi, if you understood it, very good. If you did not understand, that too is very good. We'll talk about it later. That is all for today. We will meet again.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, sir. Namaste, everyone.